Peace. This is a meat potato social production starring myself, the Water Alchemist, and today's topic for the occult family is evil an abstract? Now, this idea comes from the movie Dogma, 1999, starring Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. And it deals with two angels that were expelled from the celestial realm. Now, this is very important because there was a deleted scene, and it's on social media, so you shouldn't have any problems finding it. And it deals with another angel that was expelled named Azrael. And Azrael was trying to manipulate other fallen angels. And he wanted to get rid of this particular individual. She's a young lady who was the last descendant of Jesus. And she said something to him. And this is the part that's really good because it deals with Gnosticism. And I'm going to give you a book reference later on, so stay tuned. And he said he'd rather be destroyed. He'd rather set everything in motion so this universe or this planet could be destroyed rather than having to go back to the infernal realm. And her reasoning came out of arrogance because she was a Catholic. Now, abstract itself is an adjective. It means a part of, but yet difficult to understand. And this is true. And he has said something that was mind-blowing to her. But other vampires, immortals, gods, goddesses, we all know about this. He said the reason that you had to come up with this concept, he said, because you were a flawed creation. So punishment really meant that just Jehovah wasn't going to rock with you no more. He wasn't going to deal with you. That was punishment. So that was supposed to hurt you. And then humans started coming with hell and all this. And then out of the subconscious of human beings, due to their religious dogma and indoctrination, the real hell was born. Let that sink in. So when they say the mind is all, that's true. The mind is all because you can create something through your mind and your heart, and then it will become something and take on a life of its own. And that happened with mankind. And she couldn't just, her mind was blown. And like he had said to her, he said, do you know what hearing the pain or the screams of people, do you know what that can do to the angelic psyche? And then she backed up. She had to get a moonwalk on. So it's very important that you know, yes, there are punishment realms, but everything you know is hell, that was taken from either Japan with King Yama or even the Egyptian idea of heaven and hell. And you can get books by E.A. Wallace Budge that talks about that subject. So it's very important that you know that, because I remember I had a conversation with this gentleman from the Moore Science Temple. This was ages ago. And he said that Noble Drew Ali died chained to a block of ice. And I'm like, you might as well came with Elijah Muhammad in the mothership if that was the case. A lot of hell or hellish conditions come from here, and then they travel the ethers. So you have to let that sink in. And a lot of people lower what I call your spiritual credit score. You can start out with a 700, but because of this self-doubt and indoctrination, you drop your score down to 500 or 450. So you have to understand that, and I've said this before, this is the problem with a lot of humans. Am I hexed? Am I cursed? Do you believe it? Am I paying for some karmic debt? Do you believe it? I told people last year that religion was going to be making a comeback, and it has. They just did a poll a few months ago, and I know they're so happy about this, that many people under the age of 35, 58% are going back to religion. Why? Because that's all that they know. And that's the unfortunate reality and the beauty of it, because you're guaranteed to create your own punishment based upon your belief system. And there's nothing wrong with belief, but you have to have a belief that is going to give you both sides of the coin, so to speak. So I want people to really think about that. Is evil real? Yes, it's real, but it's also subjective as well. It's personal. What you may deem as evil, other people don't. Same thing with good. And when you're working with these spirits, many of them have never had the human experience. Abraxas, for one, he's way beyond good and evil. And he ain't the only high god either. So they don't look at it the way you look at it. They learn more about good and evil from you. Gods, demons, angels, they really get the scope of what's happening because of humanity. So I want you to ponder that. And this is a book you can get by Stephen A. Hollier, Gnosticism. And if you get a chance, get a hold of Dogma. It's very hard, but I know they're going to be re-releasing it in theaters. So with that, that is your meat and potato sorcery for the day. I'm the Water Alchemist. You water, my friends. Peace.